So I think by now, many of us are familiar with the tragic events that have happened involving the tornadoes and the factories and the workers there claiming they were not allowed to leave and then some workers losing their lives because of it. That story went viral. It was all over the news, and for good reason, right? These companies need to be investigated. They need to be looked at. And so if you're not familiar with it, you can go watch my video on it, or you can go look at all the articles and news stories on it. Anyways, the reason I'm saying this is because I was recently sent an article from a viewer that informed me of an event. There was a worker at CVS Pharmacy that was having a heart attack that claimed they were not allowed to leave because they needed to find a replacement pharmacist for her in order for her to go. Shortly after that, she passed away with a coworker there holding her head and a customer trying to give her CPR. This story has received almost no attention, and the more I dug into it, the more I realized that CVS is a terrible place to work. It seems like the large corporate pharmacies, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, they're just terrible places to work at, and no one really reports on it. I know we mostly do tech on this channel, but I want people to be treated fair regardless of what industry they're in. So that's what we're going to take a look at today. I'm going to dive in. I'm going to show you some things about CVS. They've been caught overworking their workers, and they've been fined for it. They never deny the allegations, ever. They just take the fine and pay it and then change nothing. So I hope this video is informative, and for all the people that work in the healthcare industry, I know the past few years have probably been pretty hectic for you, and you guys are the real ones out there. I appreciate you, and hopefully this can help you in some way. On September 10th, a 41-year-old pharmacist from Indiana died of a heart attack while on her shift at CVS. According to one account, Ashley Anderson was experiencing chest pain and asked to leave work early. Her supervisor would not allow her to go and mandated that she stay up to 2 hours until a replacement could be found. Another pharmacist reported that she was threatened with job abandonment if she chose to leave. Ashley died on the floor with a coworker holding her head and a patient administering CPR. Fear of retaliation has kept many of the employees from speaking more about the tragic incident. I imagine the phone call or conversation went like, hey, I'm having these weird symptoms. I'm not feeling right. I need to go get checked. Something's not right. And the manager probably said something like,
well, people can't wait for their life-saving medications. What are you going to do? We're backfilled already with 400 orders. You can't just go.
She probably reluctantly stayed. As symptoms got worse, it devolved, and I wish I could tell you what happened after that. But nobody knows because nobody really reported this story. But we know that this story is legitimate because the obituary is there, and there is an hour-long live stream on Facebook in which her coworkers and other friends and family of hers talk about how great of a person she was. In fact, this story was so underreported that the CVS subreddit even has people kind of confused as to what is happening. Can someone please give me context on this Ashley Anderson #pizza is not enough meme? I'm genuinely curious. Ashley was a CVS pharmacist who died of a heart attack. The hashtag is a reference to the fact that retail pharmacies often offer pizza for lunch as a way to thank pharmacy staff rather than actually paying decent wages and staffing well. So basically the meme is saying that Ashley may not have died if pharmacy companies cared more about their staff and gave them better working conditions instead of pizza. I'm sure you guys have seen the meme where the guy, it's the leak and then the flex tape says pizza party, Anyways, there's a comment here that says, is there any evidence of this though? I mean, I look up the name and all I see about it are Reddit posts. Not a single reliable source of information that I can find about this being a real event that actually happened. And then someone linked her obituary. And then from there, I did my own research and found the Facebook Live. So yeah, why hasn't this been reported? Strange, no newspaper did not pick up the story, but it's most definitely true. And then I'm gonna have to side with this commenter, Anonymous CVS, which says, my guess is corporate is working overtime to bury this story as deep as possible. If this got out and gained any traction, it'd be pretty damning for corporate. But sadly, the corporate PR department is good at making bad news disappear. He continues and says, I think it'd be a tough sell without solid evidence, like a documented paper trail proving corporate's involvement in this whole issue, but my guess is CVS will try to scapegoat the person who told her to stay, pay off the family, and bury the whole thing into oblivion like it never happened. Now, I said earlier in the video that state boards have investigated CVS pharmacies and have found errors in their ability to do their job because of their being overworked. So let me read you a little bit more about this. Pharmacy staff report that patients are also at an increased health risk for medication errors. Already there have been instances of patients receiving medications prescribed for other patients, resulting in trips to the emergency room. Many pharmacists have written to their state boards in an effort to call attention to the dangerous situation faced by workers and patients. One pharmacist told the Texas State Board of Pharmacy in April 2020, "I'm a danger to the public working for CVS." Another wrote to the Pennsylvania board, "The amount of busy work we must do while verifying prescriptions is absolutely dangerous. Mistakes are going to be made and patients are going to be the ones suffering." And then we have some examples of this. In September 2020, a 17-year-old from Connecticut took what she believed was her asthma prescription. When she went to take a second pill, she noticed that she had been given blood pressure medication. In 2018, a man ended up in the emergency room after he was prescribed eardrops for an eye condition. And in the most severe case, an 85-year-old Florida woman died in December 2018 after she was accidentally given a strong chemotherapy drug instead of her usual antidepressant. So let me show you the actual report. On multiple occasions, state auditors visiting the pharmacies said they found understaffed facilities with the phone continuously ringing, employees working around unopened, and we assume uninventoried delivery boxes, and long lines at the drive-thru windows. According to the orders, one pharmacy stated that it was normal for them to be as much as 2 weeks behind in filling prescriptions as a result of understaffing. It should be noted that the audits took place predominantly before the COVID-19 crisis, implying that it's even worse now. Additionally, in letters to state pharmacy boards and in interviews, pharmacists working for CVS allegedly admitted that they struggled to keep up with an increasing number of tasks, including filling prescriptions, giving flu shots, tending the drive-thru window, answering phones, and calling patients. According to the orders, many said that they also struggled to meet corporate performance metrics that they characterized as excessive and unsafe. The Oklahoma board said it strongly recommended that CVS follow through on nearly a dozen recommendations for all of its Oklahoma pharmacies. In a statement, CVS Pharmacy said it agreed with the board to settle the matter to avoid the lengthy and costly hearing process without contesting the allegations. You know, they're the fourth largest company in the United States, so you know they're fine. Ooh, their fine is about to be $125,000. That's it. So this article says it's the fifth largest, and the other one says it's the fourth, but you guys get it. It's a huge company. Now let's talk about the massive amount of money that CVS makes. They closed their third quarter with a massive $1.59 billion in profit. The CEO, Karen Lynch, who made well over $11 million in 2020, also drew criticism when she made this really out of touch tweet. "I'm thankful for #Team CVS and inspired by the dedication and heart they bring to the communities we serve." This is the actual tweet. It's a little bit longer than that, but earlier today we posted the third quarter profit results, and I'm incredibly proud of what we had to share, and then as always, I'm thankful, and that's the quote that we just read. But poor lady passed away of a heart attack, and she says, "Inspired by the dedication and heart they bring to the communities we serve." Maybe you were just literally unaware of this incident happening, but people are literally having heart attacks working for you, CVS. Anyway, she got some backlash for that, but again, not really that much. A few bet you won't be sharing any of your inevitable bonus with the Overworked @Team CVS members actually putting in the time, though. So proud. So willing to work people literally to death. And then #she waited. And this is in reference to Ashley, who passed away having the heart attack. Another one down here. "I know that all you care about is profits, but I didn't think you'd flaunt it so loudly and proudly." There's one thing I haven't spoke too much about yet because I wanted to have context for when I tell you. So there's an employee union at CVS. It's called the United Food and Commercial Workers Union, and they have been negotiating with CVS for a while to get these great new victories for their workers. And recently, this union has been touting a major victory with CVS. The agreement included a minimum of 2 employees working in the storefront at the same time. And then they get a wage increase of 10% over 3 years. So instead of just being completely behind inflation, they're just mostly behind inflation. Now, at the beginning of the video, I mentioned that this wasn't just exclusive to CVS. Pharmacies everywhere are experiencing being overworked, and they're not really being noticed, rewarded, or even acknowledged for it. There's a Walgreens subreddit, and on that subreddit, it's just full of more horror stories. Here, let me show you one. This is a picture of some dude's hours in their pay period. He worked 80 hours in a 14-day pay period, 94 hours, 108 hours, 121, 134, 146, 158. You guys get it, right? This is almost impossible to even be awake that long for to do. Need advice. Extremely overworked. And this comment right here, what, how? You typing this from the afterlife? Exactly. So if we scroll down a little bit and we look at why this person is doing this, It's because they want to get promoted to SFL, which I assume means something like store floor lead or something like that. It's just quit. Find a new job. This is unacceptable. This is inhumane. Why are they even allowing you to do this? Isn't someone gonna look at this and notice that, hey, maybe this person needs a break? This is insane. Here's another one titled Just Go. This is 8 days ago. After over 30 years with the company, I quit at age 51. I was a pharmacist. At 26 years of service, I was told, work at least 25 years and retire with us to keep your group health was being eliminated. After 27 years of service, my salary was cut 10%. At 28 years of service, my hours were cut 10%, and I was awarded with multiple 12-hour shifts. At 29 years of service, we were finally given a 30-minute lunch break. At 30 years of service, I got an air fryer. There's another story back at CVS that I forgot to mention. So the district lead came to give our store manager a holiday gift for what he says working your asses off all year. The gift was a mini bag of Lindt chocolate, the ones with 2 milk chocolates in them. 4 store managers quit that day. When my retirement health benefit was taken away, I was told, well, it only affects 3% of employees. Yes, but I am part of that 3%. Why would that make me feel better? This move actually eliminated almost all benefit of being a long-term career employee. I think those who retire with Walgreens can still keep their employee discount, but I'm sure that will be eliminated as well. Now, it's funny they say that because Walgreens has an employee day once a year where employees at Walgreens get 40% off Walgreens brand only things for the day. I mean, how generous can they be? I'm applying to Walgreens right now. When I complained that I wasn't being paid the time I actually worked, nothing happened. Actually, it got back to me that upper management said older pharmacists like me were spoiled in the past. Oh, that retirement health benefit? Some pharmacists retired after age 55 with 25 plus years of service, but were under 65 years old. They were using the group health retirement benefit as was the deal when we were hired. Walgreens took that away from them. That stranded these persons too young for Medicare without any health insurance. But hey, at least they still have their employee discount to use in the store for now. But anyways, guys, that's today's video. It's a deep dive into the pharmaceutical world that the people work in, not the side that sells the overpriced pharmaceuticals. And it's sad for the people that work in the healthcare side of it because they're the ones that have to suffer, but they're the ones that are also doing a lot. Hopefully, if you guys work at Walgreens and CVS, share it with your coworkers. I understand what you're going through. Show it to your store managers. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like. Click subscribe if you'd like to see me take on the corporate world and investigate it some more, since I know you can't. If you'd like to send me anything, you can email it to me at Instagram, Discord, however you want to do it. Let me know. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys have some great holidays. I know the topic of this video is kind of depressing, so it feels really weird to say, but I still want to end that in saying I hope you guys enjoy the next few days and take care. So see you in the next one.